Hi, my name is Christian Hernandez, and I recently graduated from New Mexico State University with a degree in wildlife science. Today, I will be talking to you about the Federal Pathways programs. Obtaining federal positions is often a highly competitive and difficult process. Oftentimes, dozens, if not hundreds, of other applicants may be applying for the same job that you were applying for. In order to provide applicants with a better chance of landing federal jobs, the Federal Pathways programs were created. The Pathways programs are targeted towards students and recent graduates, and they serve as a means to get started within the federal workforce. These programs also allow for federal agencies to recruit, hire, train, and ultimately retain these individuals after completion of the program. There are three program paths for the Pathways program. These paths are the Internship Program, the Recent Graduates Program, and the Presidential Management Fellows Program. In this video, I'll be walking you through these three pathways and provide you with valuable information regarding each program.
The first path that will be discussed is the Internship Program. The Internship Program is for current students that are enrolled or accepted for enrollment in qualifying educational institutions. Students ranging in education from high school to professional level can be eligible for the Internship Program. More specifically, students pursuing a high school diploma/GED, a vocational/technical/certificate program, undergraduate degrees, graduate degrees, or a doctorate degree from qualified institutions are all eligible. In order to be eligible, students must be enrolled or accepted for enrollment at least half-time. For eligibility concerning certificate programs, in order to be eligible, one must have completed at least one academic year of full-time study in a qualifying post-secondary educational institution, which must also be part of an accredited college-level technical, trade, vocational, or business school curriculum. It is important to note that positions within the internship program are paid and allow for students to explore federal careers while still in school. There are several different things to understand about the internship program. First off, the intern may be hired on a temporary basis for either an indefinite period or more commonly for up to a year. While in the program, the intern may work either full-time or part-time. However, it is important to note that the internship program is largely based around one's school schedule. The program may also be based around an individual development plan in order to train the intern for work within the specific federal agency in which they are interning. Finally, and most importantly, upon completion of the internship program, it is possible that the intern could be non-competitively converted to a permanent or long-term position if program requirements are met. This is very important because it would allow one to obtain a federal position while also bypassing the incredibly competitive application process. As such, the internship program is an incredible opportunity to get your foot in the door with a federal agency while also allowing you to build highly valuable connections within that agency.
For more information about the benefit of non-competitive conversion to permanent positions, here's Rick Tafoya, who works as an HR specialist for the USDA Farm Production and Conservation Business Center. Rick Tafoya has graciously agreed to be interviewed for this video, and he will be sharing his insight on several topics.
The Pathways career intern component of this internship programs we do use extensively. And the real benefit to that particular part of the Pathways program, Christian, is that if you apply and compete for a position and obtain a Pathways position with a federal agency such as ours, and you're certain that that's the career path that you want to take, well, obtaining that Pathways position, career intern Pathways position, is as much as telling you as a student that you'll have a permanent job waiting for you when you graduate college. That's a big benefit. That's a really big benefit. And that helps a lot of students. It puts their mind at ease that they know that as a continuing college student, they just need to keep going to class, doing well, and every summer come back and work for us and continue to gain more experience. And then upon graduation, we have the ability to convert you non-competitively at that point. That's a huge advantage as a graduating student, whether you're graduating with your undergrad or master's.
Here's Rick Tafoya detailing some other benefits of having a Pathways position.
The other benefits that kick in when you become a Pathways intern are the health benefits, insurance benefits, retirement, things of that nature. you start obtaining those type of benefits as a Pathways intern. You start gaining what we call time and service, which leads to your overall 30 years or 30-year plus career. You start gaining that time and service as a Pathways intern. So there's some other benefits that are also part of the Pathways program that important to students that they should consider.
The second pathway that will be covered is the Recent Graduates Program. The Recent Graduates Program is for individuals who recently graduated from qualifying educational institutions, ranging from undergraduate to professional level. The program is typically 1 year, although there are exceptions for certain occupations in which the program will last 2 years. In this program, the recent graduate receives dynamic career development. In order to be eligible for the Recent Graduates Program, individuals will have to have completed a qualifying educational program within the preceding 2 years. The qualifying educational program can include vocational/technical/certificate programs and undergraduate, graduate, or professional programs. This is important to remember because once you graduate, a metaphorical stopwatch starts, and you only have 2 years of eligibility for this program. However, there may be some exceptions to this 2-year limit for certain veterans. The Recent Graduates Program is tailored to the specific agency, and it allows for the recent graduate to receive mentorship, career development, and at least 40 hours of interactive training per year. Additionally, within this program, there is the opportunity for career advancement. Finally, the recent graduate may be eligible to be non-competitively converted to a permanent or long-term position upon completion of the program. As mentioned before, this is very important and valuable. The final pathway to be covered is the Presidential Management Fellows Program. This is the most prestigious of the Pathways programs and is the federal government's premier leadership development program for those with advanced degrees. This program is available to those who recently graduated from qualifying institutions or for individuals who expect to complete the requirements by August 31st of the following year. As mentioned, this program is only open to those with advanced degrees, such as master's or doctorate degrees, and the program runs for 2 years in duration. Rather than being administered by specific federal agencies like the Internship Program and the Recent Graduates Program, the Presidential Management Fellows Program is centrally administered by the U.S. Office of Personnel Management. For individuals that are accepted as fellows for the Presidential Management Fellows Program, they will have the opportunity to receive senior level mentorship, career development, and at least 80 hours of interactive trainings per year. Additionally, similarly to the other Pathways programs, fellows may be non-competitively converted to a permanent or long-term position upon successful completion of the program.
With vital information about each of these Pathways programs having already been covered, now I will discuss how to apply for these positions. To apply for Pathways programs, you must utilize USA Jobs. The Presidential Management Fellows Program announces opportunities through USA Jobs annually, which typically are released in the late summer or the early fall. Applicants should then submit a single application during the yearly cycle, since the program is centrally administered by the U.S. Office of Personnel Management. When applying to the Internship or Recent Graduates programs, however, there is some variation. Rather than being administered by a central agency like the Presidential Management Fellows Program, these programs are offered by specific federal agencies. For example, there may be Pathways positions with the Natural Resources Conservation Service that would differ from positions with the U.S. Forest Service. Therefore, since there are multiple positions with multiple agencies, rather than submitting a single application, you must apply specifically for each position through USA Jobs. Federal agencies will post information publicly on USA Jobs that will detail information regarding how to apply for these positions. Positions may appear on USA Jobs sporadically, so it's wise to check the website pretty frequently. I will now start to talk about navigation of USA Jobs for Pathways positions. However, if you have not already done so, I highly recommend watching the USA Jobs video tutorial that I will link in this video's description. The USA Jobs video tutorial is a very detailed and very thorough video that covers everything you need to know about USA Jobs.
First, you will want to go to the USA Jobs website by typing www.usajobs.gov in the search box. You can now utilize the keyword search to locate positions. To do so, you can use keywords regarding the position that you are seeking. For example, you can enter internship, student trainee, or recent graduate if you are seeking any of these positions. Additionally, you can search for federal agencies. So if you are interested in working for the U.S. Forest Service, for example, you can type Forest Service in the keyword box and all relevant positions will come up. For the sake of this example, I will keyword search for internships. Once you have searched for a keyword, you can use the USA Job filters to further narrow down the results. For example, in order to only keep positions for students or recent graduates, you can select these filters and only positions available to students or recent graduates will remain on the page. You can make use of any filter you deem fit to narrow down your selections to your liking. When looking at positions, it is very important to make note of the opening and closing dates. Positions on USA Jobs only have a window of time in which you are able to apply. Sometimes, these windows are very short and may last from a couple of weeks to a couple of days. Therefore, it is important to check USA Jobs frequently for new positions and be conscious of the time that you are able to apply for the positions that you are interested in. If there is a position that you would like to learn more about, select the position on this page. You will then be redirected to the full job announcement for this position. It is very important to read the entire job announcement carefully. The job announcement will detail a description of the position, the requirements for eligibility, and how to apply, along with a lot more important information. Make note of the requirements section, as these positions will require documentation in order to verify your academic standing. Therefore, it is important to know what documentation is required in order to give yourself sufficient time to obtain it if you don't already have it. If you are interested in applying for the position, read the How to Apply section closely. Oftentimes, you will be applying for the position directly through USA Jobs. For these jobs, you will have the option to apply online. However, for some agencies and positions, there may be separate instructions on how to apply, which may include a link to the agency website or otherwise. Since methods of applying may vary, make sure to read this section closely in order to ensure that you are doing everything correctly. Follow all instructions provided in order to apply, then ultimately submit your application. Upon doing so, if you are passed along to the next step of the application process, you may be contacted to conduct an interview. If you are ultimately accepted into a Pathways program, you will be notified. It should be noted that sometimes the application process can last months, so don't be discouraged if you don't hear back right away. You can also check your application status on USA Jobs in order to see where in the application process you are.
Here's Rick Tafoya with his advice to improve your chances of landing a Pathways position.
Students can get into it. It's really important for New Mexico State students to understand that they can be very, very competitive and obtain these Pathways positions. And the number one way to do that is try to gain as much work experience as you can as a college student in some form or fashion. It could be paid work experience, it could be volunteer experience, community service work. All that builds into a strong resume and makes you competitive. So the number one tip that I can give students that will ensure their success in obtaining a federal Pathways position is to build a really strong resume. And the way you build a strong resume is you incorporate all the experiences that you're gaining as a high school student, as a college student. All that has to be built into and well documented, well articulated in your resume, a federal resume. And that resume is the ticket to obtaining a Pathways position. Because that's the one document that's going to circulate through our human resources staff, which will ultimately get sent to our hiring managers. And those hiring managers have that one piece of document, that piece of paper that is your resume, that is going to articulate to them and highlight to them why you're strong and competitive for those Pathways positions. And the way to do it is to build a really, really strong resume. You will get the opportunity, most students will get the opportunity to do an interview, and it's generally a phone interview with a hiring manager. But in order to get to the point of the interview, the resume has to shine in order for you to be successful at getting to that point and ultimately getting the Pathways position.
If you are accepted for a position, you must execute a written participant agreement with the program, in which the expectations for the program will be laid out for you. This includes details about advancement potential, training or development, mentoring, and the eligibility to be converted to a permanent or term position after completion of the program. After doing so, you will be all set for your Pathways program. At this point, you're ready to begin searching for and applying for Pathways positions. Once again, if you need more help with navigating USA jobs, please look at the video linked in this description. With access to the videos provided, you are now fully prepared to begin your application process.
For any other questions about the Pathways programs, you can contact the Student Programs Office within the U.S. Office of Personnel Management. The email addresses to contact are shown. Thank you for watching, and best of luck.
I would like to once again thank Rick Tafoya for generously donating his time to provide such useful information. A link for the full interview between myself and Mr. Tafoya will be linked in the description of this video. This video was produced by the Southwest Natural Resource Career Track Program. This program is a collaboration among Hispanic-serving institutions in the Southwest United States, with the primary objective being to diversify the USDA Forest Service and Natural Resources Conservation Service labor forces, along with other natural resource agencies. This is accomplished by providing career track opportunities for underrepresented students in natural resource fields. Thanks to the amazing work being done by the Southwest NRCT program, this video has been provided to assist you. For more information about this program, see the link in the description. Thank you for watching, and best of luck.